This is Endless with VGMechanica.com. Today I'm going to go over the new feature for EVE Online, Incursions, specifically doing incursions in high-sec systems. I'm just going to go over the basics. First, how to find them, what to fit to run them, and what missions to do depending on your group size. First of all, incursions are located in your journal, over here on the left. And there's a tab that says Incursions. You can pull up a global report and they'll tell you where they are all at, and then you can sort them. I sort them by jump so I know where the closest ones are, and it actually takes you to the staging area. The incursion actually takes place in the entire constellation. That can be anywhere from 6 to a dozen systems. So when you get there, what you're looking for, assuming you have a fleet, are beacons. These beacons will have these encounter names. Also within Incursion, there's a tab that says Encounters. The size or difficulty of the encounter is sorted by these names. Scout is the easiest, they take 3 to 5 men. Vanguard are more difficult, 5 to 10 men. Assault are even more difficult, and they recommend 10 to 20. And Headquarters are some of the most difficult, and they take 20 to 40 pilots. So mostly you're probably going to be doing Scout and Vanguard. To get your fleet together, this isn't like your normal mission running. First of all, you need to have solid mission running skills. You need to be able to run level 4s, even level 5s if you can. You need to understand how logistics works. You need to have at least 2 pilots that can do logistics. And the reason I set this minimum, it's a little overkill for Scout, but it's what you need for Vanguard, is you get your entire fleet and they need to have the same tank type. Everyone needs to be a shield tank, everyone needs to be an armor tank, whatever. Then you need to get a dual rep setup. Either 2 Guardians or 2 Scimitars set up with... I'll show you my fitting here. If it ever loads, okay. Usually I have an afterburner here, but just in case I added a cap booster. Set up with energy transfer and your repping type, and that way the 2 logistics ships can basically they can keep each other cap stable, and then they can also repair each other. But most importantly, everyone else in the fleet, in this case armor tank, let's say, they're buffer fit, so they don't have a local rep. They'll need to have lots of shield plating and resists, and then the logistics can keep them alive. Let's see. Yeah, doing that will definitely increase your chances of victory. We've tested a fit out with 1 logistics ship and 1 battle cruiser with logistics modules, and then 3 Tech 2 battleships, or 2 Tech 2 battleships and a Navy APOC. And we went into the Scout one, and we were just able to clear it with almost no problems. I do very much recommend dual repping, though. Using the battle cruiser as my repper was kind of it's kind of spooky, seeing my shields just evaporate. That said, the reason I say this is for high sec is because when you're in null sec, you have the potential of pirates coming and ruining your day, and you need a whole different setup. So basically, just use your mission fit. Versus Sancha, remember that ECM does not work, so don't try to jam them or anything like that. Warp jamming them doesn't work. Webbing can work if you need to slow them down for your battleships. And that's all the real advice I can give. If you've got 2 good logistics pilots, then you can usually keep everyone alive if they're on their toes. Make sure the entire fleet's the same tank. I can't stress that enough. For your best survivability. PvP pilots already know this. So I'm going to show you real quick how you find your encounters. When you go into a system within the constellation where the incursion is, you're going to see an incursion profile. This one has Vanguard level missions. So if, let's see, this one actually doesn't really have any missions, but they'll be in the beacons, which is this little symbol. And I bet you if I just jump one direction, so if you get a beacon with any of the names in the journal under encounters, then that is that specific encounter. This gives you an idea of the rewards you can get. This little chart here is telling you what your reward is in high sec or low sec. So 15 million ISK reward multiplied by, in this case, about 0.7. So you get closer to 10 million ISK reward, and 2,000 Concord loyalty points, which allows you to buy special BPOs. Or they can be converted at an exchange rate to loyalty point of your of a faction you'd rather have them for, except for pirate factions. Obviously they're Concord, they don't really dig the pirates. I am going to do another video after this showing an example of our fleet fit, of how it can help you. Okay, so this one is another Vanguard system, but right away we see a couple of them. So if I were to warp to these, there would be a bunch of really strong Sancha. They'd kill me really fast because I'm only one guy, but you'd get to see them. But if I had 5 to 10 guys with me, and if we were set up decently, we could probably take it. And you need to definitely keep in mind that the frigates will warp jam you. So when you get in there, throw your drones at the frigates. The drones with good drone skills will take care of the frigates. We figured this out. And then just throw your big guns at the cruisers and the battleships. And stay together. There's no reason to spread out too much. You want to stay within logistics range. You want to everyone be able to align and leave if the shit hits the fan, or if someone gets disconnected. And just remember that the NPCs will keep switching targets, so staying still is a bad idea. Staying still is always a bad idea. You need to keep moving, but they'll keep switching targets, so the logistics people have to stay on their toes. They're just like sleepers in that regard. That's all the helpful tips I can get. There's no real special way to do the logistics. You just find the beacon and warp to it, or logistics special way to do the incursions, and have fun doing it. These guys are super tough. This is this game's equivalent of raids. You got to be really organized. You can't just easily throw a fleet together and go. If you do more than the recommended number, you can see there's a penalty to your reward. So while these are up to 10 men, if you take 12, you're at even less pay. All the way down to 16 or more, you're not going to get any reward for doing the mission. So you need to try to fit your fleet within that size of group. Good way to practice is to come out here and take your fleet into the asteroid belts. The asteroid rats are replaced with the Sancha rats. You get no reward for killing them, but you get an idea of how powerful they are. That's it. Thanks for watching. This one was a quick one. Like I said, I'm going to do a more comprehensive one a little later once we've more thoroughly tested all the incursions, but I figured we had a little bit of trouble getting started in the full version, and I wanted to share our experience. Thanks for watching, and visit us at VGMechanica.com.